As a parent, have you ever heard the words, "Oh, kids will be kids," or "That's just a phase, they'll grow out of it"? What if your child's behaviors tend to go further than the normal expected childhood development phases and behaviors? What do you do then? You might be wondering, is this just bad behavior or is there more going on? When your child's behaviors become difficult and defiant and oppositional, it can be taxing on a parent's emotional state. This leads to frustration, isolation, confusion, and you start to beat yourself up and you think, I'm the bad parent. And this is not so. Oppositional Defiant Disorder is a real diagnosis. Let's explore what is normal oppositional resistant behavior versus oppositional defiant disorder. You've heard it said, the terrible twos or the terrible threes or the fives or whatever. There are very specific milestones that the child develops through. And so the child, whining at 2 years old, no, why, and stuff, but you're still able to coach them and teach them. And then they progress and they start to learn and understand. This is very different from oppositional defiant disorder. That disorder, it's the child experiences extreme anger, rage, frustration, irritability, and they are unable to self-regulate and keep their emotions under control. ODD is a behavior that is persistent, frequent, and significant. It impacts their relationships at school and in their daily life. Children with oppositional defiant disorder, or otherwise known as ODD, have a profound struggle with emotional regulation. I'm going to read you the definition of oppositional defiant disorder from the DSM. Oppositional defiant disorder is a behavioral disorder characterized by a persistent pattern of anger, defiance, and hostility towards authority figures. It is not just a child being difficult. It is a recognized mental health condition. There are specific symptoms that qualify an individual for this diagnosis of ODD. One of the first symptoms with ODD is frequent arguments with adult figures. What this is when an adult asks them to do something or gives them a request, they are argumentative right from the get-go. There's an instantaneous thing. It was just like the trigger went off and they're just like, and you just get this instant rebuttal. And so they kind of dig their heels in and they're not wanting any part of it. Number 2, refusal to comply with rules or requests. This could be as simple as, hey, yo, kiddo, meaning a teenager. Hey, yo, it's time for bed. You got school in the morning. Let's hit the hay. And instantly the teenager just explodes but they know the rule. It's the same time every night, 9:30, lights out. We're getting ready for bed. We got to go to school. This is their failure to comply to rules or requests. Number 3, blaming others for their mistakes or misbehaviors. This is not owning, no accountability, no responsibility for what just happened. They are pushing it off onto somebody else. There is no ownership of their behavior or something that had just happened. This could be they were roughhousing with their sibling, and then all of a sudden there's a piece of furniture that's broken. And from the household video security cameras, you can see that it was this specific child that landed on the chair, broke the piece of furniture. But when you ask the child, they blame the other sibling. And there's no reasoning behind it. They blame others for everything that happens to them. Another symptom is easily annoyed or angered. Simply put, anything you say or request of them might make them angry or piss them off. Uh, it just totally upsets them. It's like, do I talk to them? Do I not talk to them? Easily annoyed, easily angered. They are unable to self-regulate their emotions. Another symptom is deliberately annoying or upsetting others. An example that comes to mind is you're out on a family outing, you're at the pool. Everybody's having a great time. And then this is a specific individual that can take the simple pool outing and you're having the picnic, and they, for an unknown reason, can upset everyone at the table and leave them in tears and crying, and then nobody's having fun. And then they're just like, Mom, I just want to go home. I just want to be away from them. I don't want to do anything with them. And so they are intentionally disruptive and upsetting others. And it's not fun. The big symptom. This one is a big one. This is the symptom of vindictiveness and maliciousness. This is a type of behavior where they are intentionally doing it to be mean. And when you question the child about it, they show no remorse, no sense of, I'm sorry. And it's like, oh, that happened. They intentionally meant to hurt and upset the group or the other individual. So as a parent, how can you deal with this? Well, I am here, a licensed clinical social worker, to help you with that, to empower you in your parental toolbox. This is tips and tricks in how to manage ODD with your child. One of the first things you can do with your child, and probably one of the easiest, is to set clear expectations and consequences. By doing this with our child, when you say, hey, don't hit your sister, you hit your sister, you're going to get a timeout, or you're going to be separated from her. And yet as a parent, we know, hey, they're best friends, they love playing together, so a 5 or 10 minute separation, they're not gonna like it. And that you tell them the rule and the consequence. So there's no unknown, they're not left guessing as to what, oh, well, if I do this, what are they gonna do? You tell them the expectation and give them the consequence. And thus they can use their critical thinking skills and be like, well, do I really want to do that or do I not? And so it helps them start learning that self-regulation model. Another tool to use with ODD, use positive reinforcement for good behavior, for good choices, good self-regulation, for pausing before reacting, positive praise, and empowering your child to feel like it's a real strength that they're developing, and it helps build that self-esteem. So positive reinforcement, positive parenting, it goes a long ways. Another tool for your toolkit is stay calm. Pick your battles. With this, it's almost like a mind game, like a game of chess, if you think of it that way. It is, okay, I'm going to be calm. I want to avoid a power struggle, and I have to pick my battle. And so for a lot of parents, this could be a teenager. Let's talk about haircuts. We'll use haircuts. This is a young one where they've had the businessman haircut, super nice haircut, all through elementary school. They get to junior high, they're like, Mom, I want to wear my hair longer. And you're just like, no, we don't do that. But the child is insistent. And so as a parent, if you're being calm, you're choosing your battles, and you don't want to get in that power struggle, and you're like, is this really going to matter in a month, in 5 minutes? You can choose. And so letting the child have the long hair, you're avoiding that power struggle. You're like, okay, you're giving them something that they can choose and have a say on. And you're just like, okay, yeah, they have long hair, it's all right. At least they made their bed, they showered, they followed the other family rules. Another tool that can be in your tool belt is to offer choices when available and appropriate for a child to weigh in on. Things as simple as, hey guys, we don't have time to cook dinner tonight. Do you want McDonald's or Wendy's? Or Taco Bell or Burger King? You're still going out for food, but it's like, hey, we got these two choices. These are close by. We've only got a few minutes. Make a choice. And then we're out and moving. By offering choices to your children when it's appropriate, it helps build that resiliency, that self-esteem, that self-confidence that they do matter, that their voice matters, and the power struggles hopefully are on the decline and that oppositional defiant disorder type behavior. So there you have it. The tools, the tips and tricks in how to help your child manage their oppositional defiant disorder behaviors and how to parent them in reducing the power struggles. Parents and caregivers, what I would like you to take away from this video is that ODD is a real diagnosis. It is a real thing, and it does affect our child's well-being, their school academics, their peer relationships. As a parent and caregiver, you want the best possible outcome for your child. We want to see them succeed. Counseling is a great way for a child to develop their coping skills in managing their self-regulation. If you suspect that your child may have ODD, please feel free to contact me for a free consultation, and we will review your child's specific needs and see if we are a perfect fit. Thanks for watching, and remember to warrior on, you beautiful people.